Making rocks in Blender. Crash course to Blender. Alt, left mouse will allow you to rotate. Alt Shift allows you to pan, and Alt Control allows you to zoom. Okay. For this tutorial, you'll only need to know how to use Alt, left mouse though. Pretty much rotating is all you need. Alright, we'll get started by making UVs. Go to Edit Mode, go to Edges. We're going to highlight some edges holding Shift. Just like that. Hit Control E as in Edward, mark seam. Go up here to Split Area by right clicking on this little line, split area, and then split the area right here. Go to UV Image Editor. Hit A on the keyboard to highlight this, U to unwrap. We have now UVs. I'm going to go to Image and go New. Name this Boxy. There we go. We now have a new material attached to this and a new texture. Alright, the next step is we have to sculpt. We do that by going into sculpt mode. We're going to add a multi-res and add a level. Okay. Now I like to take and go into sculpt mode and hit grab and grab a few of these and just kind of disturb them a little bit so I can get a different shape. You don't want it boxy. There we go. And then I'm going to add another level. And I'll repeat the process. I don't want to move it too much though. Just enough. If you get out of hand, you can use the smooth and smooth it out a little bit. You do not want to do one of these. That's bad. Okay? You want to keep all your polys uniformed, meaning almost square. Okay. Now I'm just going to add a whole bunch of levels because this takes a while, so I want to basically walk you through the entire process in 15 minutes. Okay, I'm going to sculpt. I'm going to just flatten out some areas. Incidentally, strength is right here. So what I'm going to do is just make this rock a little less round. I'm going to pinch some of this. Draw a little bit. And then flatten. So that's my process right there. And again, you know, there's a lot of steps to this, so I can't really concentrate too much on detail on this tutorial. Okay, next, I want to add some noise to it. Very easy. I go to texture and I add a new texture in here. Just like that. Go in here and here. What I'm going to do is add a new brush. This brush is going to be clouds. Okay. Now what I can do is basically add this as a draw feature. I know, amazing, right? Okay. F on the keyboard will make this bigger. And more strength, obviously, because it'll take me all day at this rate. So again, I'm just going to kind of hurry up and do this. And if you need to switch noise, you just go here, switch the noise out. Let's say I use Veroni, which reminds me of a honeycomb feature. and this will really disturb this up. There we go. And another thing I love doing is the fact that you got just noise. And for noise, I usually just put it on not add but subtract and lower the resolution. And just add some noise to this. There we go. Rock. Okay, now the most complex part. Ready? Well, it seems that we have to go and into object mode and make a copy of the rock. Alright, so I do that by going into duplicate. Now if you're using a Wacom tablet, I would highly suggest using a mouse at this point. It's duplicated, and if I right click on the mouse, it'll set it back where I got it, and it needs to be right on top. I hit M on the keyboard and put this on a different layer and hit OK. So I have two rocks. Okay, this is my active layer right now, so I can go in here, and I think my active layer I'm going to choose to do this one as the low res object. It doesn't really matter, but it seems to be a little bit better for my workflow. I'm going to delete higher and delete lower. This one, I'm going to highlight it, right click, and then I'm going to just delete lower. I'm going to go down below here and say set smooth. This one, right click on it, set smooth. That'll smooth out the normals. Okay, so here we go. Let's go in here, go to bake. Now I like to test this out a little bit just for laughter's sake. Bake. Good. It didn't scream about a texture being missing. Remember, you have to right click to highlight it in order for this to work. Okay, so first off, highlight the high res one, go to this one, hold shift, highlight that one, and hold shift to make them both apparent. Notice that this one is active, white, this one is gray. Selected to active, go to normals, and cross your fingers and hit bake. Okay, that's a nice map, but what I really want is a tangent space map. There we go. Rock plus normal map. Okay, so to export it all out, you just right click on the rock and hit export. Wait for an object. Put this on my desktop. And I already have one in here called rock, so I'm going to export that out. And export. I also like to go over here and go image, save as. Again, I'm going to put this on my desktop also. Alright, there we go. Now the rest of the story is very easy if you know Maya, because I'm not going to go and use this in here. Actually, I produced the rocks based upon Blender actually has a really nice sculpting engine, and Maya's Artesian sucks. So there's my premise for using Blender to make rocks and not Maya. Alright, enjoy the tutorial and have a good one.